Welcome to SATV News. This is Shibala Alam with our headlines. Dhaka court sentenced JKG Healthcare Chairman Dr. Sabrina and 7 others to 11 years jail in a fake coronavirus test report case. Government decided to cut fuel import by 20%. Area-based load shedding starts from today. Fair election is not possible without the cooperation of political parties, said CEC, assuring a level playing field for all. Dhaka court has sentenced JKG Healthcare Chairman Dr. Sabrina Arif Chaudhary and 7 others to 11 years rigorous imprisonment in a case filed on charges of issuing fake coronavirus test reports. Dhaka Additional Metropolitan Magistrate Tufazzal Hussain announced the verdict in the presence of the convict on Tuesday. The magistrate also fined them Taka 11,000 each, in default of which they will have to suffer 11 months more in jail. In the judgment, the magistrate said that the time that the convicts have already spent in jail will be deducted from their sentence. The others convicted are JKG Healthcare CEO Ariful Haq Chaudhary, Abu Said Chaudhary, Himu, Tanzila, Bipul, Shofikul Islam Romeo and Jabunnisa. Meanwhile, the nationwide day-long COVID-19 vaccination campaign began on Tuesday morning to expedite the vaccination program to combat the outbreak of the deadly virus. Dr. Shamsul Haq, Member Secretary of the National COVID-19 Vaccine Management Task Force, said the countrywide day-long COVID-19 vaccination campaign began at 9 a.m. today. They have directed all designated centers to continue vaccination throughout the day if people come to receive vaccines. Bangladesh has made significant progress, which has acted as a shield to fight against the COVID-19 pandemic, he said. The government has decided to cut the import of fuel, particularly diesel, by 20% as an austerity measure to save dollars and keep its foreign reserves stable. State Minister for Power and Energy Nosrul Hamid told this at a press conference on Monday after the review meeting on the power and energy supply situation at the Prime Minister's office. Prime Minister's Energy Advisor Dr. Tawfiq-e-Elahi Chaudhary, Energy and Mineral Resources Division Senior Secretary Mohammad Mahbubur Rahman, Power Secretary Mohammad Habibur Rahman, BPC Chairman ABM Azad and senior officials attended the meeting chaired by Prime Minister's Principal Secretary Dr. Ahmed Kaikas. As part of the austerity measures, the government will cut diesel consumption by 10% by shutting 1100 megawatt diesel-based plants. Chief Election Commissioner Qazi Habibul Awal has called upon the political parties to be in the election field in the upcoming 12th National Parliament election, assuring a level playing field for all. He said fair elections are not possible without the cooperation of political parties. He said this during the third day of dialogue with the Islamic Oikyojot on the upcoming national parliamentary elections at noon. Meanwhile, Secretary General of Islami Oikyojot Mufti Faizullah put forward several recommendations, including stopping the way of winning the election unethically, not allowing the government to do any work other than routine work, stopping the spread of black money in the election and deploying the army in dangerous areas. However, the BNP-led 20-party alliance, Kalyan Party, did not join the dialogue. Chairman of the party, retired Major General Syed Muhammad Ibrahim, said that the Kalyan Party will not participate in this dialogue. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said that the country's economy will be adversely affected by the power crisis. He informed about this concern at a press conference at the chairman's political office in Gulshan at noon. Mirza Fakhrul also expressed concern that the country is constantly moving towards Sri Lanka through electricity and load shedding. Highlighting the IMF survey, 7 countries are heading towards the situation like Sri Lanka. BNP Secretary General said Bangladesh is also walking on the same path due to the power crisis. He also said that due to the corruption of the government, crisis is being created in all areas. He also claimed that a large part of the allocation is being looted in the name of mega projects. Mirza Fakhrul said along the dialogue between the political parties with the Election Commission, Army League and the Election Commission are fooling the people of the country. At least 398 people were killed and 774 others injured in 319 road accidents across the country during Eid-ul-Adha journey. Passenger Welfare Association of Bangladesh disclosed information at the press conference at Dhaka Reporters Unity on Tuesday. A total of 131 people died in 113 motorcycle accidents during this time, which is 35.42% of the total fatalities. According to the association, a total of 25 people were killed and 2 others injured in 25 railway accidents. The organization prepared the report on the basis of news reports published in different media. This Eid-ul-Adha has been seen the highest number of road deaths compared to the last 7 years, said Muzammal Haq Chaudhary, Secretary General of Bangladesh Passenger Welfare Association. Besides, Dr. Hossein Zillur Rahman commented that hundreds of passengers lost their lives in road accidents every year, while giving priority to the interest of political groups rather than public interest. Viewers are taking a short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching SATV News. Now we bring you the international story updates. At least 23 people have died so far, mostly women, and 26 are missing after a boat carrying a wedding party of more than 100 people capsized in Indus River in Punjab, officially said. Nearly 90 people were rescued by divers, a government statement said, adding that the passengers were mostly women and children. All those on board belonged to one clan and they were on their way to a family wedding across the river, it said. Nearly 35 divers from state-run rescue service took part in the operation to find and save more people who were in the river. A search and rescue operation is underway to locate the missing. The police also confirmed that 2 boats carrying a wedding party of around 150 people were coming from Rojan to Machka and one of them overturned. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif has also expressed his deep grief and sorrow over the loss of precious lives. Russian President Vladimir Putin will hold talks on Tuesday with Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi in Tehran amid hopes for progress on negotiations to unblock the passage of Ukrainian grain through the Black Sea. Putin's visit to Iran starting on Tuesday is intended to deepen ties with regional heavyweights as part of Moscow's challenge to the United States and Europe amid its grinding campaign in Ukraine. Putin will talk about the pressing issues facing the region, including the conflict in Syria and a UN-backed proposal to resume exports of Ukrainian grain to ease the global food crisis. As the West heaps sanctions on Russia and the costly campaign drags on, Putin is seeking to bolster ties with Tehran as fellow targets of severe US sanctions and a potential military and trade partner. The UK's first ever red warning for extreme heat has been issued for the heart of England throughout Monday and Tuesday. This comes as temperatures have come about 41 degrees Celsius, baked an area from London all the way to north to Manchester and York, and breaking the previous record of 38.7 degrees Celsius set in 2019. The government urged people to work from home while many schools and doctor offices shut their doors. Rail services were limited over fears that tracks would be buckled, and flights at Britain's largest area base were halted. France also struggled to cope with scorching heat as extreme temperatures continued to hit the country as well. To the end, the French authorities also issued its highest possible alerts level along its Atlantic coast, warning of a heat apocalypse. The heat has been detrimental in other areas of Europe, with rapidly spreading wildfires in France as well as in Spain and Portugal, leading to mass evacuations. Now sports news. Dangling from the dizzying heights, participants from around the world gathered to the world's first ever Highline World Championship, taking place from July 15 to 17 in Lax, Switzerland. 24 men and 7 women performed tricks and crossed slack lines at the summit of Krap Songyeon, some 2,250 meters above sea level. David Hermes of the US was named the winner in the men's freestyle category, while France's Louis Lenoble won in the women's event. The freestyle section gave participants access to 3 separate lines, each spanning 65 meters with varying degrees of tension. New Zealand defeated Ireland by 31 runs in the first T20 of the 3-match series. Kiwis lead the series by 1-0 after winning this match. New Zealand got off to a good start after losing the toss in Belfast. QS got a huge collection of 173 runs after losing 8 wickets in the stipulated over. Glenn Phillips scored the highest 69 runs. 29 runs came from the bat of James Nisham. Martin Guptill scored 24 runs. Ireland came under fire from New Zealand's bowler when they came out to bat, lost 4 wickets for 37 runs. Later, Andy Balbirn's team managed to score 142 runs after losing all the wickets in 18.2 overs. Curtis Camper scored the maximum 29 runs for the team. Lockie Ferguson took 4 wickets for New Zealand. James Nisham and Mitchell Santner took 2 wickets each. Glenn Phillips was awarded man of the match.
Off, but this will that.
Before ending, we'll go through the headlines again. Dhaka court sentenced JKG Healthcare chairman Dr. Sabrina and 7 others to 11 years jail in fake coronavirus test report case. Government decided to cut fuel import by 20%. Area-based load shedding starts from today. Fair election is not possible without the cooperation of political parties, said CEC, assuring a level playing field for all. You're up to date so far here on SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.